Hello friends, welcome back to English language class. Today our topic of discussion is evaluation types. In this session we will try to understand the concept of evaluation, need and purposes of evaluation, of course evaluation process, steps involved in evaluation, types of evaluation, characteristics of evaluation. Let's watch a video. Well friends, we have just watched a lovely video, and here we have seen how the parents were constantly encouraging the child. They were giving support, motivation, prompts were given, and the child was being pampered, and also the parents were showing different objects to get the child motivated to walk. At every stage of the growth, the parents give this kind of support and motivation to the growing baby. We know when the child is about to speak, then the same kind of support is given. And this can be compared to our classroom evaluation. Like the parents were assessing the child's progress and were giving required support, encouragement, praise, tapping on the shoulder. So similarly, a teacher in a classroom does the same activity, but she is working with 30 or more children, sometimes 30 or below 30, 20 to 30 or 30 or more students. And we always say that teacher's role is like a mother, and really it's a challenging job, and they are doing awesome job in the schools. A teacher knows who is good, who is little weak, who needs more support, and constantly the teacher is providing learning opportunities for the learners to work and trying to assess the progress of the students. So as the parents does for their kids, similarly the teacher is doing in the classroom and helping the students to learn the participate in the activities and gain competence over English. So let's move forward. Now there are different ways to quantify and qualify the teaching learning experiences. So a teacher uses different ways of measuring, assessing, testing the learner's potentialities and learner's experiences are recorded, observed. So, these are let us look at the different ways by which we can measure or record. Now, learning experiences can be, these are the different tools which a teacher uses: tests, measurement, evaluation, and of course assessment. So, test, measurement, assessment, evaluation. These are all involved in the process of evaluation. Evaluation is a continuous process. My objective in showing the video is, just as the parents support and assess and evaluate the growth of the child continuously throughout life, the teacher also does continuous assessment of the students in her class throughout the year, and that is called evaluation. In an evaluation, we use different tools. There may be a slip test, there may be now we are not calling unit test, we are calling formative test 1, formative evaluation 1, formative evaluation 2, formative evaluation 3, and formative evaluation 4. Then we have summative evaluation 1 and 2, which we will talk as we proceed. So, the teacher is assessing the progress of the learners throughout the year. That is called evaluation. When we say test, it is a systematic procedure for comparing the behavior of 2 or more persons. So, we give a slip test and we give marks, then we will say out of 20, this student has got 18 and this student has got 15. So, we give marks and we compare the performance and behavior of the students. Measurement is the process of quantifying the characteristics of persons according to the explicit procedures and rules. So, as per the rules and procedures, measurement is done. We will take an example. Measurement implies only a precise quantitative assessment of outcomes of instruction. I repeat, measurement implies only a precise quantitative assessment of outcomes of instruction. Precise means a little, a small, it is not overall. Now, let us look at the example measurement. Ravi can read 250 words per minute. This is the speed of Ravi in reading. Measurement, here we have, we are measuring the reading speed of the learners and assigning a numeric value, that is 250 words per minute, to the skill of reading. So, the Ravi can read 250 words per minute means his skill of reading is 250 words per minute. So, we are assigning measuring quantitatively the numeric value for his reading skill. Assessment. It is a general term that includes the full range of procedures used to gain information about learners' learning. So, it is continuous. Continuous procedures the teacher uses to assess the progress of the child during the course of period. Now, evaluation is not just measurement. Besides, measurement gives a quantitative numeric value we have read in the example, but evaluation is not just measurement, it is more than measurement. What do we mean by more than measurement? Evaluation is measurement and interpretation of outcomes of measurement. So, the child's ability is measured, analyzed and interpreted. We give an interpretation to the outcomes of the child's progress. Evaluation brings out the factors that are inherent in students' growth. So, it is not just measurement, it tries to bring out the characters like aptitude, interest, attitudes, all this does come in evaluation. It is a comprehensive process and it is integral of educational process. Educational evaluation considers all-round development of learners, scholastic and behavioral development. The behavior of the student is also observed here. When we say scholastic, it is academic. Academic as well as the behavioral aspect. Like when we just now watched the video, how the child was happy, all motivated. So a teacher is also observing the behavior of the students. When a test is given, when a task is given, how the students are interacting, participating in a group. If it is a group activity, all the students are participating or not. So she does this observation. Let's watch this video.
I am Kansas. I am studying in first standard. My school name is Panjab Union Primary School name for Tirupur Block and Tamil. I am going to take an English class now. D, 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 d. Please say with me. Say again. Sounds of letters. எழுத்துகளின் ஒலிகள். See myself. Repeat. Next. G myself. G, g, g. Repeat. G, g, g. Next. S myself. S, s, s. Repeat. S, s, s. Next. Z myself. Z, z, z. Repeat. A sound says a, e. A sound says a, e.
Now you have to take the role as Joan, your mother. She is Jane's daughter. Start.
Jane, why don't you take this piece of cake? Mom, they are made of dates. You know I hate dates. Then call the baker over phone and ask him to send mango cakes. There are some days. There are some days. There are some days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, friends, it's awesome. The video is awesome. The students' participation is really very appreciable. We have seen that it's peer teaching going on in a group activity. So when the activity is going on, what is the teacher doing? He's watching, observing, recording the performance, and also watching the facial expression of the students, how they are participating, whether they are able to repeat as per the leader. And we have seen a number of activities students performing confidently. So as the students perform these activities, the teacher observes, records, and assists the progress of the students. So this is how evaluation is a continuous process. So the teacher doesn't just take some marks and says, oh, okay, they are doing very good, I can just stop. No, the assessment continues. As the growth continues, the assessment goes on, and evaluation is a continuous process. Evaluation is a continuous process and forms an integral part of total system of education. At every step, at every stage, there is evaluation. And sometimes the teacher records it on a paper, sometimes she records it in her mind. But it is always good if we record it in a book, so that we will have clarity and we can refer whenever we require. So hitherto also, when continuous comprehensive evaluation was not there, teacher was observing, but this were not done as systematically as we are doing now. So we want the assessment of the students to go on continuously as the teacher provides teaching learning, opportunities for the learners to use the language and gain competence in English. Let's move forward. So, let's look at the concept of evaluation. Evaluation is the process of determining changes through instruction. So, the teacher gives instruction, provides teaching learning opportunities, and observes the students' performance, and we here call them as behavioral changes. The behavioral changes that takes place in the students is recorded. Evaluation defined: the systematic gathering of information for the purpose of making decision. We want to make decisions. We want to know whether the child is progressing as desired. So, for that reason, evaluation is necessary, and this is given by Wes's 1972. Let's look at another slide. Hence, one aspect of evaluation is collection of reliable and relevant information by using a variety of tools. So, what is reliable? What do we mean by reliable? Which we can trust, which if a test is given twice to the same students, the same performance we get, a little less or more. Relevant, appropriate. So, I repeat this. Hence, one aspect of evaluation is collection of reliable and relevant information by using a variety of tools. We use evaluation tools to assess the progress of learners by providing appropriate learning experiences. To use the language, providing appropriate learning experiences is very, very important. Evaluation is intimately related to the educational objectives. I hope now everyone is familiar with educational objectives, even D.Ed, B.Ed students and in-service teachers too. Because any work we do with an objective. Without an objective, we never ever do a work. If I am here with a purpose, with an objective to present a lesson. So, similarly, we have objectives for every topic or every task or every activity given in the classroom. Now, objectives of teaching, learning experiences, evaluation. These are all three interrelated, and it is represented here in the form of a triangle. So, basing on the objectives of teaching, the teacher provides learning experiences to the students. The students perform the task. As they perform the task, the teacher assesses and evaluates their progress. So, it is a continuous process. If the teacher feels the desired progress is not achieved, then she checks her objective, she checks her evaluation tool. This way it is a continuous. Now, till now we have discussed what is evaluation. Now, we will proceed to why evaluation, how we are going to do evaluation, and when we are going to do evaluation, right? Why? Need and importance of evaluation answers the question why evaluation. Why do we need evaluation? To find out the pupil progress time to time. We want to find the progress of the students time to time and note down the behavioral changes. If we want the child to, if there are some students who are not able to speak fluently, and if the teacher has provided some tasks, and the teacher constantly records the progress of the students and sees whether the student is able to progress in the desired way. To modify the teaching strategies based on the result. How do we do this? We, for instance, we have taught a lesson, then administered a test, and by providing the lesson was discussed by providing a number of teaching learning activities, and after that a slip test was given. And if the student's performance is very poor, what we will do? We start thinking, where it went wrong. Was it my teaching method, or the activities which I have provided are not appropriate to the level of the student? So, this kind of, once the teacher identifies, she modifies the teaching learning activities and records the performance again, so that the desired result is achieved. This is how we need, this is for that we need evaluation. To presume learners' future academic status or success. To presume learners' future academic status or success. So, you can give prediction, like if a student is really doing good, then the teachers, when we talk in the staff room or outside, will say, oh, that girl is really wonderful. I am sure she would come first, school first, and I am expecting highest marks in English. So, this kind of prediction by the teacher is possible through evaluation. How did teacher come to know about this? Only through evaluation, by constant observation, assessing the progress. To assess the extent to which the goals have been achieved. So, we know about aims and goals. Goals are long term, whereas instructional objectives are short term. So, every class has certain goals, and we now in Telangana we have 10 years English course. So, English starts from class 1, and for each class objective, goals, aims, goals, objectives are set. For 10 years course there are aims and goals. Then for each year, what are the objectives expected from the students to when they complete class 1, what is the expected performance or desired progress of the students is all recorded. Basing on that only the textbooks are designed. First the curriculum is framed, then syllabus is framed, then textbooks, then teaching learning experiences. We will be talking about that. To develop more effective curriculum and learning experiences. Now, here we need to recollect, earlier the teachers who are in the service for more than 10 years or they know. Earlier we had, first it started with grammar translation method, then structural approach, then we had situational structural approach. The textbooks were also based on this approach. But now presently we are using communicative approach. So, why did we choose communicative approach? The earlier approaches and methods did not help us to get desired results. The goals were not achieved. Then we said, in a communicative approach, the students are using the language. Any language can be learned only by using it. Hence, we have shifted, and basing on that objective, our curriculum for 10 years language teaching and learning is developed. From that, from the curriculum, we have developed syllabus for each class, right? Purposes of evaluation. Till now we have talked about need of evaluation. Do you think need and purpose is one and the same? No. Is need and purpose same? No. Need is requirement. I need a BA degree to get a job as teacher. And if somebody asks you, what is your purpose of doing B.Ed course? Then what would you answer? I want to become a teacher. To become a teacher, I need a B.Ed course. Need is requirement, the purpose is reason. The reason for doing myself this course is purpose. Getting a B.Ed degree qualification is the need for the job. So, these two are different, right? when we look at purposes of evaluation, we can discuss them under two headings. This is by R.C. Sharma. One is educational and another is administrational. Educational, quality control of the learning teaching curriculum. So, evaluation helps us to control the quality of learning, teaching and curriculum. Learning, when we take learning, to determine the need for remedial work to enrich proficiency in language. What kind of remedial work is necessary for these students to strengthen their potentialities, to enrich the potentialities, okay? To improve the quality of learning equipment, to get practical experience. Now, equipment here can be material one like computers, projectors, all those things, and also the tasks, the teacher which she is providing, so that the students gain practical experience. To monitor learners' progress in order to update their performance. Now, I have seen the performance of the students say in the month of June, and I recorded and said she is just doing okay, average, and I administered a test, she got some 10 out of 20. Do I keep quiet? Do I say her performance is average? No. I record her performance at every interval and update the performance. Then when I speak with the parents, I say, okay, she was at this stage, now there is lot of improvement. She is able to talk. She is able to talk a few sentences in English fluently. She can read small passages. So, this is how we give the update the performance and give the progress of the students to the parents or anyone. Now, this is the student is writing a test. So, after the test is written, the teacher checks, records, measures, gives an quantifying number, and they are put in the mark sheets, and this is how the updating of the performance of the students takes place. So, there are frequent tests, as I said, F1 test, formative evaluation 1, formative evaluation 2, formative evaluation 3 and formative evaluation 4, right. Now, evaluation also help in assessing the teaching. To monitor the effectiveness of teaching strategies, approaches, methods and techniques. Now, what are teaching strategies? Different methods or the teacher uses. Now, we know that an approach is a broader term in which there can be more than one method, and in a method there can be more than one technique. So, teacher uses different techniques and provides teaching learning opportunities, and if the performance of the students is not up to the mark, then the teacher has to reflect on her effectiveness of teaching. Where did I go? So, this is how evaluation helps us. To improve courses, texts, materials used by teachers and learners to meet the challenges. This we all know, the new textbooks are the result of this, right. Purposes of evaluation: administrational, accountability to society, parents and educational system. So, we are accountable to all these people. Evaluation process includes objectives, content, learning experience and evaluation procedures too. Now, let us look at the steps of evaluation. So, the first step is we need to select the instructional objective to be evaluated. Now, instructional objectives are changes we wish to produce in the child through instruction. What changes we want to produce in the child through instruction? The changes that must take place through educative process by providing the teaching learning activities. Now, let us watch this video. Let's watch this video and observe their performance.
Did you finish reading? Did you read your letter? No. Okay, first you are reading, Pooja. Okay, good. Okay, did you all finish reading the letter?
Yes, teacher.
Now you have got an idea about it? Yes, teacher. Okay, are you all ready to write it on the chart?
Yes, teacher.
So now I'll give you one chart each and you're going to write it down on this chart. Okay, children?
Yes, teacher.
So everybody is going to contribute your ideas and one of you will be writing it on the chart. Dheeraj, here is your chart. Okay. So you all got a pen in your hand, sketch pen. Use the sketch pen and write the letter. So everybody is going to give one idea in your group. Okay. So first what you have to start is ask your friends how to start it and how to write it, and take one idea from your friend and write the letter. Come on, start writing the letter. Each one of you contribute one idea and complete the letter.
A group task of writing letter, and teacher is constantly watching and trying to record the performance. So here the objective of the teacher was to help the learners write a letter in a group where all the other students are also contributing for writing. So defining the objective in terms of behavioral changes, we need to define the objective. When we say behavioral changes, if we take an example of if a student can speak 5 sentences on a given objective or topic, the behavioral change will be the student can speak 5 sentences. That is the behavioral change. Objective is to enable the student to speak 5 sentences on a given topic. So the behavioral change will be the student will be able to speak 5 sentences on a given topic. So instructional objective, behavioral change. These are interrelated in evaluation. So the steps include identifying situations, tasks, selecting tools that directly or indirectly give evidence of achievement, development of selected tools to get evidence of level of achievement of each objective. So the tools should be selected such that you can get an evidence to what level the achievement of each objective is the teacher got at what level the level of achievement of students is attained. Construction of selected tools is the next step, and here in construction of the tool we need to have objectivity, reliability, validity, administrability and scorability. So we will be talking about this. When we say objectivity, there should not be any bias. When we say reliability, if a test is given, the same test is given to the same students more than one time, the performance should be nearly same. When we say validity, the content of the test should be appropriate. If I am testing reading skill, I should give the component related to reading, not writing. Administratability, easily, the test can be administered easily. Scorability, once the students have done the test, the teacher should be able to score easily without any bias. Summarizing and interpreting the outcome of measurement, this is very important. Then we have using these details in improving the curriculum, teaching and guidance. Throughout the discussion we were talking that evaluation is the integral part of the educative process. It deals with curriculum, it deals with teaching methodology, it deals with the students' learning experiences and the guidance the teachers provide to the students. Now, so this is what I was talking. the curriculum, the syllabus, the textbooks, teaching learning activities, all these are interrelated with evaluation. Now, we have types of evaluation. There are mainly 3 types of evaluation. When we say 3 types, one is formative evaluation, summative evaluation, diagnostic evaluation. Now, formative evaluation, we have 4 formative evaluation presently, 2 summative evaluation, and diagnostic evaluation is used in special cases especially for the special needs of the children. Now, ongoing evaluation or continuous evaluation or formative evaluation. Formative evaluation is a continuous process. As I told you, we have 4: formative evaluation 1, formative evaluation 2, formative evaluation 3, formative evaluation 4. The first one is in the month of July, then we have in August or September, then it goes, the other one goes before evaluation 3. Formative evaluation 3 and the formative evaluation 4 are in later months. Types of evaluation. We have terminal evaluation and summative evaluation. When we say terminal evaluation, after end of one term, and we have 2 summative evaluation, summative evaluation 1 and summative evaluation 2. Coming to diagnostic evaluation, it determines the causes of learning problems and formulates a plan for remedial action. So, if there are some problems, especially special need children, problem of reading, problem of writing, so a special test, diagnostic test is conducted and a remedial action is chalked out. Now, coming to characteristics of evaluation. Now, all this while we were discussing characteristics of evaluation, like evaluation is a continuous process. It includes academic and non-academic subjects. Evaluation is purpose oriented. There is a purpose. Whenever we are doing an evaluation, it is with a purpose. It is a procedure for improving the product. We want to improve the performance of the students. Now, let us sum up. Now, in this session, we have discussed at length the concept of evaluation. We said evaluation is a continuous process and it is the integral part of the educative system. Then we have also talked about need and purpose of evaluation. Why we need evaluation? We said evaluation helps us to record the performance of the students time to time and for reframe the teaching learning activities as per the requirement of the students. And we said need and purpose are not same. Need is the requirement, purpose is the reason why we are doing evaluation, right? Then we said evaluation, we talked about process of evaluation, then stages involved in evaluation. We said when we talked about evaluation process, we said it is a continuous process, and in stages of evaluation, first identification of the teaching learning objectives, then we have discussed several steps of performing evaluation, right? Then we also have discussed about types of evaluation. We said formative evaluation, summative evaluation and characteristics of evaluation, right? Now, there are different ways to quantify and qualify the teaching learning experiences. Then we said tests, measurement, assessment and evaluation. These are the different tools which we are using while evaluating the performance of the students, and we will discuss more in the next session or when I do another topic on evaluation. Until then, bye. Have a great day. We will meet again soon.